What I think is going to happen is because not just America, but the international community in general makes a big deal out of weapons of mass destruction, of poisonous gas. Killing is bad, whatever form it takes. But using weapons of mass destruction that so easily kill thousands of people so quickly and indiscriminately, women, children, combatants, whatever. This is crossing a red line, as we put it. This is something that's regarded as objectionable. And we've made this point, and then having credible evidence, and apparently there is credible evidence, we haven't all seen it, we haven't seen it all publicly, but apparently there is credible evidence that such gas was used by the Syrian government, not by the rebels, and that apparently there is credible evidence to confirm that. The U.S. government feels constrained to be a part of a coalition of other governments. Turkey said it would come on board. A number of European countries said it would come on board. Probably won't receive UN sanction because China and Russia have made it very clear that they're not going to support this. We're going to have to do something. The something I think we will do will be a very simple one-time strategic cruise missile strike from ships in the Mediterranean to command centers and communication centers in Syria. Recent polls have shown that the support for America being involved in the war in Syria is roughly 9%, which is even lower than the approval ratings for Congress, which is somewhere on the level of approval of cockroaches. That's not very high. So Obama's not going to want to easily get into ground war, but moreover, he doesn't, and I think any American administrator would want to be involved in a war that is as difficult as the situation in Syria is. What he's hoping for is to get the UN solution that was proposed a couple years ago back on the table. That would be the sign of whether this works or not. If the Assad government wants to come back to a negotiating table to talk about some possibility. I think that's the most we can hope for, and I think that's all that the U.S. can do at this particular moment. I don't think the Obama administration wants to see the Assad government toppled immediately. It wants Assad to go, but they don't want to see the government toppled. The reason for that is we don't really know who the rebels are. Or to put it a different way, we know who many of them are, and they're not maybe people ordinarily we would support. It's a whole mixed group, including kind of very right-wing Islamic extremists, as well as just good Sunni citizens trying to democratize the country. So there's a whole range within that rebel force. And it's not at all clear who would come to the surface, who would be the leadership if the Assad government were toppled.